Today, we have around 7,000 concurrent interventional studies going on in the world with a high cost per patient. Patients are costing around $40,000 for the overall trial and $3,000 per clinical site visit. We also know that 80% of the patients are living for more than 2 hours from the clinical site, hence the need of a very good digital connected health platform. We're seeing a number of 1,100 clinical trials being disrupted or cancelled because of the COVID period. Therefore, there is an increased need of connectivity of patients at home in order to continue those trials who are not needing the patients to be on site. During the pandemic, we have seen that hospitals were filled with patients being confronted with COVID, and therefore the patients at home for the other trials were actually increased in terms of connectivity and digital solutions. Clinical trials are all about patient adherence and patient data. We know that 50% of clinical trials are failing because of non-adherence, patients dropping out, patients being unhappy, and effectively not collecting or being able to collect the patient data. Therefore, the need of patient engagement programs has been increasing over the last years, especially because of and after the COVID period. Digital patient engagement is all about putting the patient first, hence patient centricity, and offering the patients a way of communicating with the caregivers, with the doctors, with all clinical personnel in a very effective way to ultimately increase adherence and keeping the patient in the program. The patient services that Stefanini is offering are more geared towards putting the patient central, as we said before, but also to alleviate the burden of clinical site personnel of getting involved with tasks which are not necessarily clinical, medical, or administrative, not linked to their job profile. Items like booking appointments, sending medical kits, controlling patients' adherence, doing outbound calls, anything they can do basically in the patient journey to adhere or increase the adherence of the patient is very important. Therefore, Stefanini is shifting all those services left to the Stefanini services, which are effectively not in the job profile of a clinical person. That's where the real value sits.